It was the best series of the season, and that's stating the obvious. Surprise. I was hoping for 2 out of 3. That's the realistic option, or that's the realistic expectation. Go in there, win the series, take 2 of 3. I was just wondering where the other win was going to come from, because I was chalking up Wu, saying Wu's been on fire, and boy, he proved to be on even more on fire than we even anticipated. But where was the other win going to come from? Because you had your 2 young guys, Logan Evans and Emerson Hancock, going. And to their credit, especially Logan Evans, gave you a heck of an effort. Even Emerson Hancock, yeah, he goes 4 2/3. He needs to be more efficient, but he limited the damage. 1 run. He gave up 1 run, and huge shout out to the bullpen covering 4 1/3 that day, and coming away with a sweep against one of the best home teams in baseball, one of the best offensive teams in baseball on their home field. You hold them to 3 runs total in 3 games. I mean, it was the best series of the season, and that's stating the obvious. Logan Evans. I don't think we know who he is yet. We're not sure, how does he respond on the road if he gets in trouble, if he's got a lot of traffic, not getting the calls from the ump. Is he going to be frustrated? How is he going to respond when he gets dinged up a bit? I mean, there's still a lot to learn about him. We saw Emerson Hancock last year for 12 starts, so you have an idea of what he brings to the table. I will say, and they pointed it out on the broadcast, he's throwing harder than I thought he could. He hit 98 a couple times on the gun. So that fastball he's throwing harder than he has in the past. So that was a bit of a surprise. But he was great other than his lack of efficiency. He was great, but Logan Evans was the biggest surprise, because I think he's just, even at this point, still pretty unknown. We don't really have a sense for how he handles different situations yet. Just not enough of a resume yet. They were amazing. Again, they had to cover 4 1/3 in Hancock's start. They came in, even when they get in trouble with some traffic out there, give up some hits, they just have a way of buckling down, especially, obviously, in this series they did, because, again, the team was limited to 3 total runs in 3 games. We all know Munoz. We all know Brash. We all know Spire. Legumina's been outstanding. Doesn't mean they've been flawless. They've certainly had moments, but for the most part, that guy's giving you a little bit of length. He's coming in some tough situations and really provided some stability there. Again, not perfect, but man, they've been really good. Like, I don't fear the bullpen. I don't fear, oh man, they're pulling Wu, they're pulling whoever. Here comes the bullpen, fingers crossed. Yeah, it can happen, but for the most part, they've been really good, and this weekend they were outstanding. I'd say Polanco. I mean, he's cooled off a bit. Leo Rivas has cooled off a bit in terms of his on base and everything that was going on. But Polanco, look, the offseason to me was wildly disappointing, and I said it over and over. I didn't love what they did. They didn't do much. They brought in Donovan Solano. They brought in Mastroboni. I didn't count Polanco as a new acquisition, even though technically he was a free agent. He was on the team last year, and it was a dreadful season. Now, obviously, he was injured. He wasn't healthy. You could argue he's been more impactful to this point of the season than he was the entire season last year. The other guys have been timely. Rowdy Tellez is not great, but he's been timely. He's come up with some big home runs. He picks it at first way better than I gave him credit for. Yeah, Polanco, and then Tellez to a lesser extent. I said going in, you know, with the anticipation of 4 against the Astros and 3 against this team, I'm like, all right, in total, it's 10 games. You want to go 5-5. That's your minimum. You want to come out of that 5-5. This has got to be a winning road trip now. You've got to take 2 or 3 from the White Sox. I don't expect back-to-back sweeps. It's baseball. Anything can happen, but I would expect you to take 2 of 3 from that team, which brings you to 5 wins on the road at that point, going into a 4-game series with the Astros. You should be able to get at least 1 of 4, if not 2. Count on a split. So yeah, I'm looking at 7 out of 10. That would be success. That would be splitting with the Astros and taking 2 of 3 from the White Sox.